Here's a look at the schedule coming your way on Thursday. Things kick off with Curacao against the Ivory Coast, plus Germany going up against Ecuador, who needs something, anything to try and save themselves. Then Japan take on Sweden, and Tunisia have to contend with the Netherlands. And then it's Paraguay against Australia, and of course the U.S. men's national team looking to put a cherry on what's been a pretty sweet group stage so far as they go up against Turkey. Right, like I promised, there's going to be a very special guest here, and we've got our own Archie Rhind-Tutt, who you may be familiar with from our Bundesliga coverage. But Archie, Germany now going up against an Ecuador who really has left a lot to be desired, but usually when they have their backs against the wall, they come out swinging. So how does Germany approach this one?
They may come out swinging, but whether they actually land a punch is another thing, because this Ecuador team really struggles to score goals. They went through a patch in qualifying where they didn't score in 4 games in a row. Sebastian Becasese, the coach, is under a lot of pressure. So from a Germany perspective, this game lays up quite nicely. They don't have Nico Schlotterbeck for the rest of the tournament. He's out. Nene Brown is out with an adductor injury just for this game. But I think the questions that everybody's asking back in Germany right now are, will Dennis Undav start? And Julian Nagelsmann said, no. He won't. He will continue to be on the bench for now. And I understand it, but I do wonder, does it work with Wirtz, Musiala and Havertz? Not doubting their qualities. Yeah. Cannot doubt their qualities at all. But whether they all work together on the same wavelength, I do put a question mark there.
Do you want to ask that question to Jurgen? Jurgen, of course, I'm pretty sure Nagelsmann has heard all the cries for Dennis Undav to start. But you know, as a coach, you don't listen to any of that, do you? And it's a great problem for Germany to have, considering he can come off the bench and still make such an impact.
Well, as long as Undav stays focused, is positive, and is coming along, you know, it could also happen. You know, I don't know this kid personally, but if he gets more and more angry that he's not getting the start because he's scoring the goals, he's saving the team, you might lose him. But I'm sure that Nagelsmann knows what he's doing, and he talks to all of them anyway on a daily basis. It's a tricky game, as Arne said. It's tricky because Ecuador has a point to prove. They haven't delivered yet, and this is a really good Ecuadorian team, but they're not scoring enough. And it will be interesting to see with what energy and what kind of attitude also Germany will face this Ecuador team and finish off the group on top of the table, obviously.
JJ, tricky game for Germany?
No, I don't think so. I believe strongly that individual, the German has the better team. And if they stay focused and they concentrate on their game and don't get pushed into the Ecuador game, I think that we will, maybe the first 20 minutes it will be tough, but then I think Germany will take the game.
Look, I'd like to see Undav get rewarded and see it in a game that doesn't particularly matter to start, and see, gives them an opportunity to see if that fits better for Germany. But also I think Ecuador having to score goals, having to open up, only plays into Germany's hands. And if they do that, it could be a long day.
All right, well, since Archie's probably not going to be with us here tomorrow, Archie, give us a quick prediction for this one.
3-0 to Germany.
Oh, feeling 3-0?
I go with 2-0.
2-0.
2-1.
2-1. All right.
Whoa.
So we're giving Ecuador a little something, but in the end, it will not be enough to take down the mighty Germany in this one. Archie Rhind-Tutt, thank you so much for joining us. You survived it.
Yeah, just about.
Just about. We had you put on your Sunday best jacket, but of course, we have had such a good time with Archie here. Thanks to everyone, of course, as well for watching. Thanks to Kasey, JJ, and Jurgen for hanging out with us. We'll be back here tomorrow, not once, but twice. So please join us right here. Remember, we'll be counting down for the U.S. men's national team's final group game against Turkey. Yeah, can the USA put a cherry on top of what has been an absolutely brilliant group stage for them? Stay tuned to find out. Until then, it's good night from us here in Los Angeles.